I inherited a forgotten mansion on Pinewood Lake, my dream restoration project. 6 days later, the HOA president tried to steal it. Sharon Whitfield slapped me with 23 violations for a house I'd owned less than a week. 12,000 in fines. 500 more daily. When I refused her extortion, she sent police with handcuffs. When I kept fighting, someone slashed all 4 tires on my truck. When I exposed her embezzlement, my mansion was set on fire while I slept inside. They tried to burn me alive. This woman wanted me dead to protect her scheme. But she picked the wrong target. I'd been building a case that would destroy her completely. Prison. Public humiliation. Her entire empire collapsed. This is that story. The revenge is nuclear, the courtroom moment is legendary, and the ending will leave you speechless. Watch until the very end. It's worth every second. Real quick, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I want to see how far this story reaches. The gravel crunches under my tires as I pull up to the property for the first time. My inheritance. My fresh start. My future. The Victorian mansion rises 3 stories against the green mountains. Crumbling stone, shattered windows, vines strangling the wraparound porch like they're trying to pull it into the earth. The paint's gone gray with age and neglect. But the bones. God, the bones are magnificent. Behind it, Pinewood Lake stretches out like liquid silver. The mountains frame everything in deep green. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I kill the engine. Step out. The air smells like pine needles and possibility. The neighbors are watching. I can feel their eyes from the pristine lawns across the street. Perfectly manicured hedges. Identical mailboxes. I wave. Nobody waves back. Inside, dust particles dance in shafts of afternoon sunlight. My footsteps echo on warped hardwood. The mahogany staircase is a masterpiece. Hand-carved railings, each spindle unique. The marble fireplace still has its original mantel. Crown molding runs along 12-foot ceilings. This place was someone's dream once. It'll be mine again. Jake, my contractor buddy, whistles low behind me. Man, this is either brilliant or insane. Both? I say, running my hand along the banister. Definitely both. 6 months minimum. Maybe 8. You got that kind of time? I've got nothing but time. We spend the afternoon measuring, planning, dreaming. The library could be restored. The kitchen expanded. Solar panels on the south-facing roof. I see every detail in my mind. The mansion reborn, glowing against the mountains, worth $500,000 easy when we're done. Day 3. I'm on my knees ripping out rotted floorboards, sweat soaking through my shirt, when I hear it. A car door. Expensive sounding. That particular thunk of German engineering. I look up through the open doorway. A BMW. Midnight blue. Gleaming. A woman emerges. Mid-50s. Blonde hair shellacked into a helmet. Coral lipstick. White blazer despite the heat. She moves like she owns the world. Clipboard clutched against her chest like a weapon. She doesn't knock. Just walks straight up to my porch. I'm Sharon Whitfield. Her smile is all teeth, no warmth. HOA president. We need to talk. I stand, wipe sawdust off my jeans. Nice to meet you. I know who you are. She cuts me off. And I know what you're trying to do here. The air shifts. Gets heavier. Trying to do? This. She gestures at the mansion like it's something obscene. You can't do this. My stomach drops. Excuse me. This property violates 17 separate community codes. The exterior color is non-compliant. The landscaping exceeds height restrictions. Your commercial vehicle, she points at Jake's truck, is prohibited on residential streets. The dumpster is visible from the road. Wait. Hold on. My pulse hammers. I own this house. You own it within HOA guidelines, Mr. Hayes. Her smile widens. Sharpens. And you're in violation of every single one. She pulls a document from her clipboard, slaps it against my chest. I catch it reflexively. Cease all renovation work immediately. You have 72 hours to appear before the board for a violation hearing. Friday, 7 p.m. My address is listed. This is insane. Welcome to Pinewood Lake. She turns on her heel, walks back to her BMW, doesn't look back. The engine purrs to life. She drives away, slow and deliberate, like a predator that knows its prey can't escape. Jake appears beside me. His face is pale. Man, this could get really ugly. I look down at the violation notice. 23 infractions listed. Some dated from before I even owned the property. My hands start shaking. Not from fear. From rage. What's in that violation notice? Why does Sharon hate me already? Will they actually stop my renovation? What happened to the previous owner? The violation notice reads like a criminal indictment. Grass exceeds 4-inch height limit. Exterior paint, weathered gray, not on approved color list. Construction debris visible from street. Dumpster placement unauthorized. Vehicle, 1995 Ford F-150. Classified as commercial. 23 violations total. Some are dated 2019. 2021, years before I bought this place. I sit on the porch steps that night, the paper crumpling in my fist. The lake reflects stars. Peaceful. Beautiful. A lie. Morning. I drive to town hall. The county clerk's office smells like old paper and fluorescent lights. Frank, the clerk, silver beard, tired eyes, 30 years on the job, pulls the property files without comment. This house has been flagged for years, he says quietly. Too quietly. He glances toward the door. HOA's been pushing for condemnation since 2018. Ice floods my veins. Condemnation? Sharon Whitfield. She's been trying to force a sale. He leans closer. Her son's a developer. They've done this before. Done what? Buy properties cheap. Flip them. Make millions. His finger traces 3 addresses on a map. These homes. Same pattern. Violation stacking. Forced sales. Sharon's son bought all 3 for nothing. Sold for triple. My mouth goes dry. That's fraud. That's smart business. If you're a sociopath. He slides the files across. You didn't get these from me. I spend 4 hours photographing everything. Property records. Sale prices. HOA violation timelines. The pattern is undeniable. She's been doing this for years. Friday, 7 p.m. Sharon's house. It's a mansion. Bigger than mine. Newer. A pool glitters in the backyard. The landscaping is magazine perfect. Inside, 5 board members sit in her living room like a jury. All watching me. All her friends. Sharon sits at the head of the table. Queen on her throne. Mr. Hayes. Her voice drips false sympathy. Thank you for coming. We've reviewed your property. The violations are extensive. These violations predate my ownership. The property owner is responsible regardless. She slides a document across the polished table. We're issuing an official cease and desist order. All renovation work stops immediately. You owe $12,000 in accumulated fines, plus $500 per day until full compliance. My vision blurs red. $12,000, plus legal fees, plus administrative costs. Her smile never wavers. You have 72 hours to pay, or we file a lien against your property. This is extortion. This is community protection, Mr. Hayes. She stands. We maintain standards here. If you can't meet them, perhaps Pinewood Lake isn't the right fit. The other board members nod. Sheep following their shepherd. I stand. My chair scrapes loud. I'm not paying. Then you'll lose your house. Simple. Matter of fact. Like she's commenting on weather. I walk out. The door closes behind me with a soft click. In the driveway, a hand catches my elbow. Tom. One of the board members. Older guy. Silver hair. Kind eyes. Nervous hands. Not here, he whispers. Looks back at the house. Meet me at the lake. Boat launch. 20 minutes. He's gone before I can respond. 20 minutes later, I'm standing at the boat launch. Water laps against wooden posts. Tom appears from the shadows like a ghost. I'm risking everything telling you this. His voice shakes. Sharon's HOA presidency is illegal. Her term expired 18 months ago. There was never a new election. She's been forging board signatures on every document. My heart stops. You have proof. Not enough. But check the county and corporation records. The tax filings. She's been pocketing HOA dues too. $40,000 over 3 years. Maybe more. Why are you telling me this? His eyes meet mine. Because I'm tired of being a coward. Because she destroyed my best friend's life 2 years ago. And because you're the first person who's fought back. He walks away. Disappears into darkness. I stand there, listening to water lap against posts. Is Tom telling the truth? How do I prove Sharon's fraud? What will she do when she finds out I know? Who else is in on this? I ignore the cease and desist. Saturday morning. Jake and I are on the roof by 7 a.m. New shingles. Tar paper. The sun beats down. Sweat stings my eyes. I don't care. This is my house. My dream. She doesn't get to take it. We work through the weekend. Electrical rewiring. Foundation reinforcement. Every nail I hammer feels like defiance. The mansion's skeleton strengthens, comes alive under our hands. Monday morning. I'm inside running new plumbing when I hear them. Sirens. My stomach drops. 2 police cruisers pull up. Lights flashing. For officers. Heavy boots on my porch. And behind them, standing on the lawn like she orchestrated the whole thing, Sharon. Arms crossed. Victory written across her face. Officer Rodriguez leads the group. Young guy. Uncomfortable eyes. Sir, we need you to step outside. I walk out, hands visible. What's going on? Sharon steps forward with her clipboard. Of course, she has her clipboard. Officers, this man is in direct violation of a legal HOA cease and desist order. I have the documentation right here. She fans out papers like playing cards. Official stamps. Legal letterhead. It looks legitimate. Rodriguez scans the documents. Looks at me. Sir, is this accurate? Were you ordered to stop construction? This is my property. I have every right. It's an HOA matter, Rodriguez says. Not unkindly. You'll need to resolve this through proper channels. But for now, we need you to cease all work. Are you serious? I'm sorry. We have to enforce the order. He actually does look sorry. Jake emerges from the house. Sees the cops. Freezes. Pack it up, I tell him quietly. We spend the next hour loading tools while 4 cops watch like I'm a criminal. Neighbors gather on their lawns. Watching. Whispering. The humiliation burns hotter than the sun. Sharon waits until Jake drives away. Then she approaches. Stops 3 feet from me. Close enough I can smell her perfume. Something expensive and poisonous. You can't win this, Mr. Hayes. Her voice is soft. Almost gentle. I've done this before. I always win. So let me make you an offer. Sell the property to me. $70,000. Cash. You walk away clean. That house is worth $500,000 restored. Not anymore. She smiles. Not after I'm done with it. She walks back to her BMW. Drives away slow. Victorious. I stand in my driveway. Alone. Surrounded by the dream I'm watching die. That night, there's a knock on my door. Tom. Looking over his shoulder. Paranoid. Scared. I found something, he whispers. Hands me a flash drive. County clerk records. Sharon's HOA presidency expired March 2023. No election was ever held. Every action she's taken since is legally void. My hands close around the drive. Why are you helping me? Because someone has to. His voice cracks. She destroyed Bill Thompson. Forced him off his land. His wife's grave is on that property, and he can't even visit anymore. She's a monster. Where's Bill now? Apartment across town. Broken. Tom's eyes are wet. Stop her. Please. He leaves. I plug in the flash drive. And I start reading. Is Tom telling the truth? How do I prove Sharon's fraud? What will she do when she finds out I know? Who else is in on this? 3 days. I barely sleep. Town hall becomes my second home. Frank helps when Sharon's not around, sliding files across counters, pointing at discrepancies, always watching the door. The evidence builds like a prosecutor's dream. Sharon's HOA presidency expired March 15, 2023. The bylaws are crystal clear. 3-year terms, mandatory elections, no exceptions. There's no record of any election after that date. No announcements. No ballots. No minutes. She just kept going. Like a dictator who canceled democracy. Every violation notice since March 2023? Void. Every fine. Illegal. Every decision? Worthless. But it gets worse. HOA dues. $1,200 per household annually. 58 homes in Pinewood Lake. That's $69,600 per year. Required financial disclosures show only $31,000 in reported revenue. $38,000. Just gone. Per year. For 3 years. Over $100,000 stolen. I photograph everything. Bank statements. Tax filings. Forged board signatures. Tom's signature on documents he never signed. Violation notices bearing official stamps that don't match county records. She's been running a criminal enterprise disguised as community service. But I need more than documents. I need witnesses. I track down the previous homeowners Sharon crushed. First address, Michael Sanders. He opens his apartment door an inch, sees my face, shakes his head. I can't. I'm sorry. She'll come after me again. The door closes. Second address, Linda Park. Won't even answer. Her husband shouts through the door. Leave us alone. We've been through enough. Third address, Bill Thompson. Small apartment. Thin walls. A framed photo of a smiling woman on the mantel, his wife. There's a purple heart on the wall. Army Ranger. 2 tours. Bill's in his 70s now. Thin. Tired. But his eyes are still sharp. You're the guy fighting Sharon, he says. Not a question. I am. Good. He invites me in. We sit at his kitchen table. He makes coffee with shaking hands. I built that house with my own hands, he says quietly. 42 years I lived there. Raised 3 kids. Buried my wife in the garden under the oak tree. She loved that tree. His voice breaks. Sharon invented violations. Fined me $30,000 over 2 years. I'm on a fixed income. Veteran's pension. I couldn't pay. She foreclosed. Her son bought it for $85,000. Sold it 6 months later for $400,000. Jesus. I can't even visit my wife's grave anymore. The new owners threatened to call the cops if I trespass. Tears run down his weathered face. Sharon Whitfield took everything from me. My home. My memories. My wife's resting place. Everything. Rage floods through me. Pure. Righteous. Cleansing. Help me take her down, I say. He looks at me for a long moment. Then nods. What do you need? Testimony. Evidence. Everything. You'll have it. That night, I'm organizing files when I hear breaking glass. I run outside. All 4 tires on my truck. Slashed. Rubber hanging in shreds. A note under my windshield wiper. Last warning. The handwriting is elegant. Feminine. The paper smells like expensive perfume. I call Rodriguez. He comes. Takes a report. Photographs the damage. His jaw is tight. I can't prove it's her, he says. We both know it is. Knowing and proving are different things. He looks at my mansion. At me. Be careful. People like Sharon don't lose gracefully. He drives away. I stand in my driveway holding that note. The lake reflects moonlight. The mountains loom silent. Everything looks peaceful. But I know the truth now. This is war. What's her next move? Will Bill's testimony be enough? Am I in physical danger? Who slashed my tires, Sharon or someone else? Sharon files for emergency injunction. Court date. 2 weeks. Her lawyer is everything mine isn't. 3-piece suit. Silver cufflinks. Shark eyes. His office probably costs more per month than my entire renovation budget. My public defender looks like he passed the bar last Tuesday. We're outgunned. Outmatched. Outfinanced. The hearing is in county court. Fluorescent lights. Wooden benches. The judge is older, gray, tired. He nods at Sharon's lawyer like they've done this dance before. Your Honor, the shark begins. Mr. Hayes has repeatedly and flagrantly violated legally binding HOA restrictions. He's demonstrated complete disregard for community standards and legal authority. The HOA seeks immediate demolition of all unpermitted work and a restraining order preventing any further construction. Demolition. They want to tear out everything I've built. My defender stands. Your Honor, these violations predate my client's ownership. The property owner bears responsibility. The shark interrupts smoothly. Regardless of purchase date, the HOA has been more than patient. The judge barely looks at the evidence. I'm granting a partial injunction. No exterior work. No structural modifications. Property inspection in 10 days. Next. Just like that. 30 seconds. My dream gutted. Outside the courthouse, Sharon's waiting. She doesn't gloat. Doesn't need to. Her smile says everything. That night, I sit on the mansion's porch. The lake is dark glass. Mountains are black silhouettes against stars. Jake finds me there, 2 beers in hand. We could fight dirty, he says carefully. What do you mean? I know people. People who could make Sharon's life uncomfortable. Difficult. He won't meet my eyes. Just say the word. I'm tempted. God, I'm so tempted. But I shake my head. That makes me like her. Sometimes you gotta get dirty to win. Not this time. He nods. Doesn't push it. We drink in silence. At midnight, my phone buzzes. Email notification. No sender name. Subject line. Look closer. I open it. It's a link. Property records. County assessor database. Sharon's house. Purchased 2015 for $200,000. Current tax assessment, $1.8 million. I click deeper. Building permits. Or rather, the absence of building permits. The pool, no permit. The gazebo, no permit. The entire second-story addition, no permit. The expanded garage, no permit. 17 modifications. 17 unpermitted changes. All violations of the exact HOA codes she's been enforcing against everyone else. I start laughing. Can't stop. It bubbles up from somewhere deep and slightly unhinged. She's been violating her own rules for years. Jake looks at the screen. Starts laughing too. Who sent this? He asks. I don't know. I refresh the email. The sender is just a string of random characters. Someone who wants Sharon exposed. Can you use this? Oh, I can use this. I forward everything to Bill, to Tom, to Frank at the county clerk's office. And I start planning. Who sent this email? Can I use this against her? What's Sharon hiding in her own property? Will exposing her be enough? I need an army. Sunday morning. I start knocking on doors. First house. Door slammed in my face. Sharon's been good to us. Leave. Second house. I don't want trouble. Third house. Same. But the fourth house. Young couple. Late 20s, a toddler clinging to the mom's leg. You're the guy fighting Sharon, the husband says. Miguel Martinez. Come in. His wife, Rosa, makes coffee. Their daughter plays with blocks on the floor. She fined us $8,000. Miguel says quietly. Our kid wanted a treehouse. We built one in our backyard. Sharon called it an unpermitted structure. Demanded we tear it down. When we didn't, the fine started. We can't afford it. We're thinking of selling. Don't. I tell them. I'm taking her down. But I need help. Rosa's eyes spark. What kind of help? By Sunday evening, I have 10 households. 10 victims. We meet in secret at my mansion. They arrive separately, parking down the street, walking in like spies. Dorothy Klein, widow, 70s. Sharon forced her to demolish her late husband's workshop. The Martinez family. A retired teacher named James who got fined for his garden gnomes. A nurse named Kelly whose fence was 3 inches too tall. All of them broken by Sharon's tyranny. I spread documents across my makeshift table, saw horses and plywood. Sharon's presidency is illegal, I explain. Expired 18 months ago. She's been forging signatures. Embezzling dues. 40,000 minimum. Maybe more. She's violated her own rules 17 times. And she's done this before. Forced 3 other homeowners into foreclosure so her son could profit. Silence. Then Dorothy speaks, voice trembling. She'll retaliate. She always does. She's already retaliating. I say. Against all of us. Alone, we're victims. Together, we're a movement. Tom arrives late, breathless, panicked. Emergency board meeting. Tomorrow night. Sharon's calling for a vote to foreclose on your property immediately. My chest tightens. She can't do that. Her lawyer says unpaid fines constitute a lien. Liens allow foreclosure. She's accelerating everything. Tom looks around at the gathered faces. She knows. She knows you're organizing. Then we confront her, Bill says. He's standing, frail but fierce, purple heart visible under his shirt collar. Tomorrow, all of us. We expose her in front of everyone. Heads nod around the room. But I need more than courage. I need firepower. That night, Rodriguez appears at my door. Off duty. Civilian clothes. He hands me a business card. Marcus Webb. Attorney. He specializes in destroying corrupt HOAs. Mention my name. He meets my eyes. Unofficial advice. Get him. Fast. Sharon's playing for keeps. The card is simple. Black. Embossed lettering. I dial the number. Webb answers on the second ring. His voice is smooth, confident, dangerous. Tell me everything, he says. I do. When I finish, he's quiet for a moment. Then, I'll take your case pro bono. I hate HOA tyrants. See you tomorrow. Can I afford Webb? Will my allies show up tomorrow? What will Sharon do when we confront her? Is there a mole in my group? Webb arrives in a black Mercedes. Immaculate charcoal suit. Silver hair. Former federal prosecutor turned private attorney. He walks like he owns courtrooms. Sharon's emergency meeting is packed. 50 residents crammed into the community center. News cameras in the back. I tipped off Channel 7. Sharon sits at the head table. Her smile falters when she sees Webb. When she sees the cameras. When she sees my army filing in behind me. Bill, Dorothy, the Martinez family, Tom, all 10 households. This meeting is closed to non-residents, Sharon snaps. Her voice is sharp, desperate. Webb doesn't break stride. I'm legal counsel for Mr. Hayes. And I'm here to inform this board that every action taken under your fraudulent presidency is null and void. The room explodes. Gasps. Whispers. Phones out recording. Sharon's face flushes red. How dare you come into this community and make baseless accusations? Baseless. Webb's voice cuts like a scalpel. Your 3-year term expired March 15th, 2023. No election was held. You've been operating illegally for 18 months. You've forged board member signatures on official documents. He produces a folder, slaps it on the table. You've embezzled approximately $47,000 from community dues. You've extorted homeowners through fabricated violations. You've engaged in conspiracy to commit fraud. The cameras zoom in. Sharon's mask is cracking. Webb continues, relentless. And your own property, he produces photographs, contains 23 unpermitted modifications. Pool, gazebo, second-story addition, expanded garage. Every single one violates the exact HOA codes you've been enforcing against your neighbors. Chaos. Complete chaos. Board members look at each other. Shocked. Betrayed. Tom stands. I call for an immediate vote of no confidence in Sharon Whitfield as HOA president. You can't, Sharon's voice breaks. All in favor. Tom's hand shoots up. For more hands rise. Sharon's outvoted by her own board. The people she controlled. Used. Manipulated. This is a witch hunt. Sharon stands so fast her chair topples. I built this community. I protected your property values. I sacrificed for you, ungrateful. You stole from us, Dorothy says quietly. Firmly. You terrorized us. You destroyed lives for profit. Bill stands. 73 years old. Purple heart on his chest. Voice steady. You took my home. My wife's grave. You're a thief and a bully. And you're done. The room erupts in applause. Sharon's face contorts. Rage. Humiliation. Something feral. She grabs her purse. Her lawyer, the shark in the expensive suit, is already backing toward the exit, pale, calculating his own escape. You just made the worst enemy of your life, Sharon hisses at me. Her eyes are black. Empty. She storms out. The doors slam behind her. Webb turns to me. Subtle nod. We got her. The cameras swarm. Questions fired like bullets. Mr. Hayes, how does it feel? What's next? Will there be criminal charges? I'm numb. Shaking. Victorious. But something in Sharon's final look, that promise of retaliation, makes my skin crawl. Outside, I watch her BMW peel out of the parking lot. Tires screaming. Tom appears beside me. It's not over. She won't let this go. Let her come. But my hands are shaking. Jake pulls me aside. You need to watch your back. Seriously. Sharon's cornered. Cornered animals are dangerous. I nod. But I'm too high on adrenaline to be scared. That night, I can't sleep. I keep seeing Sharon's face. That final look. My phone buzzes at 2 a.m. News alert. HOA president under investigation for fraud and embezzlement. It's going viral. I refresh. Comments flooding in. Support. Outrage at Sharon. People sharing their own HOA horror stories. I'm winning. But something feels wrong. Too easy. Too clean. Sharon doesn't lose quietly. What's Sharon planning? Is the legal battle over? Will she come after me personally? What about the embezzled money? The sound wakes me. 3:47 a.m. Breaking glass. Multiple impacts. Loud. Deliberate. I bolt upright. Grab my phone. Dial 911 as I run downstairs. Every window. Every single window in the mansion. Shattered. Glass carpets the hardwood floors like malicious diamonds. Moonlight streams through jagged holes. The restored library, 3 months of work, is destroyed. Wind howls through the broken frames. Spray paint across the front facade. Red. Dripping. Violent. Get out. My hands shake as I talk to dispatch. Vandalism. Destruction of property. Send someone now. Rodriguez arrives with 2 other officers. They sweep the property. Find nothing. No witnesses. No cameras caught it. No tire tracks. I know who did this, I say. Rodriguez looks at me. Tired. Sympathetic. Helpless. I can't arrest someone based on suspicion. She threatened me. Yesterday. In front of 50 witnesses. Threatened isn't proof of action. He surveys the damage. $20,000 in repairs. Easy. File an insurance claim. We'll investigate. But without evidence. She's destroying my life and you can't do anything? He doesn't answer. That's answer enough. Jake arrives at dawn. Sees the damage. His face goes hard. This is war. We spend the day boarding up windows. Temporary. Ugly. My beautiful mansion looks wounded. Webb calls. I filed criminal charges. Embezzlement. Fraud. Forgery. The DA's office is opening a formal investigation. How long? Weeks. Maybe months. Justice is slow. I don't have months. That afternoon, Channel 7 broadcasts Sharon's arrest. I watch it live on my phone. Police cars at her mansion. Officers at her door. Her face, shock, rage, humiliation, as they lead her out in handcuffs. She's wearing her pearl necklace, her coral lipstick, trying to maintain dignity while her world collapses. She posts bail in 2 hours. Her son, 30-something, slicked back hair, dead eyes, expensive suit, stands beside her at the courthouse steps. A shark just like her. "This is harassment," he tells the reporters. "My mother is innocent. We'll be filing countersuits for defamation, harassment, and emotional distress." That night, I'm working in the library, salvaging books, sweeping glass, when I smell it. Smoke. My blood freezes. I run toward the smell. East Wing. The newly restored den. Flames lick up the wall. Orange. Hungry. Growing. I grab the fire extinguisher. Spray foam. Choke on smoke. Call 911 again. The fire trucks arrive. 7 minutes. Feels like hours. They save most of it. But the damage is severe. The den is gutted. Black. Ruined. $60,000 in repairs minimum. The fire marshal examines the scene. Takes samples. His face is grim. "Accelerant," he says. "Gasoline. This was arson." Sharon Whitfield. "Was at dinner with friends when this started." For witnesses. Time-stamped photos on social media. My stomach drops. Her son. "We're investigating." But I know. We all know. Webb arrives at midnight. Finds me sitting in the charred ruins, head in my hands. "We've got her now," he says quietly. "Conspiracy. Even if she didn't light the match, she ordered it. That's attempted murder." I look up at him. Is it worth it? My health? My safety? My life? That's not for me to answer. I sit in the darkness. Smoke smells saturating everything. My dream burning. Again. And I think about quitting. About selling. Walking away. Letting Sharon win. About staying alive. Will I give up? Can they prove the son's involvement? What's Sharon's next attack? Am I safe anymore? I don't give up. Dawn breaks over the mountains. I stand in the charred library. Breathe deep. Make a decision. Rebuild. Again. I post a video online. Just me. No script. Raw. This is what corruption looks like. This is what happens when you fight back. But I'm not stopping. Sharon Whitfield tried to burn my dream. She failed. It goes viral. 2 million views in 24 hours. Comments flood in. Support. Donations. Stand strong. We're with you. Take her down. Strangers show up at my door. Contractors offering free labor. Suppliers donating materials. Dorothy brings casseroles. The Martinez family helps clean. Jake works 16-hour days for free. The community rallies. $30,000 in donations. In 1 week. Enough to repair the fire damage. Enough to keep going. Sharon's isolation becomes absolute. Her neighbors avoid her. For sale, signs pop up on surrounding lawns. People fleeing the toxic HOA. Property values plummet. The irony tastes sweet. Then Webb gets the break we need. Gas station surveillance footage. 3 blocks from my mansion. Night of the fire. 11:43 p.m. Sharon's son's truck. Black Silverado. Custom plates. He's filling a red gas can. Paying cash. Timestamp. Exactly 47 minutes before the fire started. The DA arrests him the next day. He cracks in 6 hours. Offers to testify against Sharon for reduced charges. She hired him. $5,000 cash. Take care of it. He thought she meant scare me. But she gave him money for gasoline. Told him to make sure it looks accidental. Attempted murder charges filed against Sharon. Her bail is revoked. She's held pending trial. I visit Bill that night. He's crying. Actually crying. Relief and grief tangled together. "Justice," he whispers. After all this time. Justice. But the mansion still needs months of work. I'm exhausted. Broke. Running on fumes and determination. Then the county calls. Historical preservation grant. My mansion qualifies. Built 1887. Original Pinewood Lake settlement. Architectural significance. Funding, $200,000. I apply immediately. Send photos. Documentation. History. 3 weeks of waiting. Checking email obsessively. Barely sleeping. Then, application approved. $200,000. Enough to restore everything. Better than before. Professional. Complete. The mansion will be saved. I stand on the porch that night. Lake reflecting stars. Mountains solid and eternal. And for the first time in months, I breathe easy. Jake finds me there. 2 beers. We toast silently. You did it, man. We did it. But there's still Sharon's trial. Still justice to be served. The fight isn't over. Not yet. When's Sharon's trial? Will she retaliate from jail? What will the restored mansion look like? Is this really over? Sharon's trial starts 8 weeks later. The courthouse is packed. National news crews. Court TV cameras. HOA president faces embezzlement, arson, attempted murder, runs on every Sharon. I'm in the front row. Bill beside me. Dorothy. The Martinez family. Tom. All of us. Sharon sits at the defense table. Orange jumpsuit. No makeup. Hair flat. She looks small. Diminished. Human. But when she glances back at me, her eyes still burn with hate. Day 1. Webb's co-counsel, a sharp woman named Patricia Chun, lays out the prosecution's case. Sharon Whitfield operated a criminal enterprise disguised as community service. For 5 years, she systematically defrauded homeowners, embezzled funds, and when one victim fought back, she attempted to murder him. The evidence is overwhelming. Documents, bank records, testimonies. I testify on day 3. Describe the night of the fire. The prosecutor asks. I do. Every detail. The smoke. The flames. The terror. I could have died. If I'd been asleep upstairs, I wouldn't have smelled the smoke in time. Sharon's lawyer objects repeatedly. It doesn't matter. The jury's watching her. Judging. Bill testifies on day 4. His voice shakes, but holds steady. She took my home. My wife's resting place. 42 years of memories. For profit. He looks directly at Sharon. You're a thief and a monster. Sharon stares at the table. Won't meet his eyes. Dorothy testifies. James. Kelly. The Martinez family. One by one, victims parade through, telling their stories of Sharon's tyranny. Day 7. Sharon's son takes the stand. He looks broken. Haunted. 20 pounds lighter than his arrest photo. My mother called me the night after the board meeting. She was crying. Screaming. Said that man, he points at me, was destroying everything. She needed me to take care of it. I asked what she meant. She said, make him leave. Scare him. Whatever it takes. Did she provide you with money? 5,000. Cash. She said, be smart. No evidence. What did you do? His voice drops. I bought gasoline. Waited until he was inside. I thought I'd just light a small fire. Exterior wall. Something to scare him. But it spread so fast. I panicked. I ran. Did you know he was inside when you started the fire? Pause. Long terrible. Yes. The courtroom gasps. Sharon's composure finally breaks. She lunges at her son across the courtroom. You ungrateful. Bailiffs restrain her. The judge threatens contempt. She's sobbing, screaming. Everything she's held together for months exploding in one moment. The cameras capture everything. The jury deliberates for 6 hours. Guilty. All counts. Embezzlement. Fraud. Forgery. Conspiracy to commit arson. Attempted murder. Sentencing 2 weeks later. The judge is severe. Cold. Mrs. Whitfield, you abused a position of trust to harm the very people you were supposed to serve. You destroyed lives for profit. When confronted, you attempted murder. This court shows you the same mercy you showed your victims. None. 15 years. Federal prison. Her son gets 5 with parole eligibility. Sharon's face crumbles. For the first time, she looks old. Defeated. Broken. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarm me. How do you feel? I think about the months of hell. The fear. The fire. The fight. I feel like I can finally breathe. But there's one more thing I need to do. One final piece. What's the final step? Will Sharon appeal? What happens to the HOA now? What about Bill's wife's grave? 6 months later. The mansion stands complete. White paint gleaming. New windows sparkling. The wraparound porch perfect. Every detail restored. Mahogany staircases, marble fireplaces, hand-carved crown molding. Better than before. Better than I dreamed. The Historical Society calls it the crown jewel of Pinewood Lake. I host a community open house. 300 people show up. Families wander through rooms. Kids run up the restored staircase. People picnic on the lawn. The lake glitters behind us. Mountains frame everything in green. Dorothy holds my arm. Tears streaming. You saved us all, you know. Not just yourself. All of us. I don't know what to say, so I just hug her. The new HOA, properly elected, transparent, fair, officially dissolves all of Sharon's illegal fines. Refunds the embezzled dues. Every homeowner gets a check. Justice in paper form. Tom is the new president. Kind. Honest. He runs meetings like a democracy, not a dictatorship. Property values recover. For sale signs come down. New families move in. The neighborhood heals. But the moment that breaks me comes when I find Bill standing at the property line, staring at the acre where his old house stood, where his wife is buried. I walk up beside him, hand him an envelope. What's this? Deed. I bought your old property from the foreclosure auction. Fought Sharon's son's claim in probate court. It's mine now. His eyes widen. I'm deeding you 1 acre. The acre where your wife rests. It's yours again. Forever. No HOA. No restrictions. Just yours. He opens the envelope. Sees the deed. His name. Legal. Official. He collapses into my arms. Sobbing. Deep, wrenching sobs of relief and grief and joy all tangled together. Thank you, he chokes out. Thank you. Thank you. I hold him. This 73-year-old veteran. This man Sharon destroyed. Now whole again. That night, I stand on my porch. The mansion glows behind me. Warm light spilling from every window. Music drifts from inside. A small gathering, friends, allies, survivors celebrating. Jake appears with beers. We toast silently. You did it, man. You actually did it. We did it. All of us. The lake reflects stars. The mountains stand eternal. Everything is peaceful. Beautiful. Right. But something still feels unfinished. One more thing. One more piece to make this complete. What's missing? Is Sharon's legacy truly erased? What's next for me? One more surprise? 1 year after the trial. The mansion is half my home, half community center now. Historical tours every weekend. Free legal clinics for HOA victims. Meeting space for neighborhood events. Webb and I started a nonprofit, Homeowner Defense Fund. We've helped 47 families fight corrupt HOAs across the state. 143 cases. We're expanding to neighboring states next year. Sharon serves her sentence at a federal facility in California. No appeals. No parole hearings for 7 years minimum. Broken. Quiet. Forgotten. But today, I receive a letter. Plain envelope. Prison postmark. Handwritten. Her elegant script. I almost throw it away. Instead, I open it. Mr. Hayes, I've had a year to think. To see what I became. To understand what I destroyed. I was wrong. I was cruel. I was a monster. I told myself I was protecting property values. Community standards. But I was only feeding my own ego. My need for control. My greed. You showed me something I'd forgotten. That real strength isn't domination. It's standing up when everything's against you. It's fighting for what's right even when it costs you everything. I destroyed lives. Bill Thompson. Dorothy Klein. So many others. I can't undo that. I can't make it right. But I want you to know, I'm sorry. Truly. Deeply. Thank you for stopping me. For giving those people justice. For showing me who I'd become. Sharon Whitfield. I read it twice. 3 times. I don't respond. But I don't throw it away either. I file it in a drawer. Evidence that people can change. Or at least recognize what they were. Bill lives in a small cottage I built on his acre. He tends his wife's grave daily. Planted roses around the oak tree. He smiles now. Really smiles. The mansion glows in evening light. Children play on the lawn. Neighbors gather for barbecues. The Martinez family's kids climb on the porch. Dorothy brings lemonade. This is what community should be. I stand at the railing, beer in hand, watching the sunset paint the mountains gold and orange and deep purple. Jake appears beside me. You ever regret it? The fight? Everything it cost. I think about the fear, the fire, the months of hell. Then I think about Bill's smile, Dorothy's tears of relief, the 43 families we've helped, the corrupt HOA presidents we've exposed and removed. No, I say, not for a second. The lake reflects the dying light. The mountains stand eternal. My home, our home, rises behind me, solid and beautiful and earned. I fought. I won. I changed everything. And in doing so, I discovered something Sharon never understood. Real power isn't control. It's giving power back to people who deserve it. It's standing up when standing up costs you everything. It's fighting for what's right, even when the world says you'll lose. That's the legacy I'm building. That's what this mansion represents. Not just restored wood and stone, but restored justice, restored hope, restored community. Sharon tried to burn my dream. Instead, she forged something stronger than she could ever destroy. I raised my beer to the mountains. To Bill. To Dorothy. To every victim who became a victor. To justice. To home. If this story inspired you, hit that like button. And drop a comment below. Tell me about your own fight against injustice. Or just let me know what part of this story hit you hardest. I read every single one. Your story matters. Share it. Let's build a community of people who refuse to back down.